My name is Alan Bracken, and we're continuing our journey toward extraordinary success. We've talked about tenacity. We've talked about intentionality, and now we're in the middle of talking about purpose. On this journey of purpose, on getting more clear on why we exist, that's the definition that we're using. Purpose, meaning why something exists. We discussed in our first session about why organizations exist and what would not happen if we did not exist as an organization. That's a great thought-provoking question. Then we moved into more personal and asking, what are our passions? What are we passionate about? And then talking about how we can increase our passion through learning. I gave you a couple of examples of how that I've increased my passion because I've learned more about something. Now we're moving on and we're wanting to talk about our skills. Identifying what your skills are. What are your talents? What do you do well? Now, the reason this, I believe, is so important is because this gives us credibility. Another question that we might need to ask if we're unclear is we may need to ask the people around us, what do other people say you do well? So find the people that you've lived life with and ask them, what do you think I do well? If I came to you right now and said, give me 2 or 3 things that you're great at, could you tell me? Sometimes we haven't thought about that enough. And then other times we're not really great at more than 1 or 2 things, or maybe we're not great at anything. There was a time in my life, early on in my career of paving, I was passionate about equipment, but I was not a great operator. And let me give you this example. Operating a road grader. I was passionate about it, but I was not good at it. It was a skill that I had not developed. But as I developed that skill, I began to be better at it. And I began to get good at it. And then I began to be great at it. Now, the skill itself, the talent I have now to operate a road grader, is not my purpose. However, it was a tool. It was a tool for me to accomplish my greater purpose, which was, at the time, building a company. Building a company that affected the employees of that company positively, that added back to the community, that impacted and made a difference in the world. That skill that I honed in and developed allowed me to do that. It gave me credibility. It gave me credibility to grow a company. So that's the question under this discussion today. What are your skills? What are your talents? What are you good at? Maybe ask yourself this. What do you need to hone in and get better at? Now later, we're going to really discuss excellence and competence. And for now, I just want to challenge you. How clear are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How clear are you on what your skills are? And then what skills, particularly, do you need to develop so that you can gain more credibility and move toward becoming extraordinarily successful? So you see the progression. This is a journey toward discovering and clarifying our unique purpose. Now, while these skills that we have, the talents that we have, may not be directly our purpose, I do believe they're tools. And look at them that way. Look at your skill, your talent and ability as tools to accomplishing your purpose. We're going to continue discussing these 3 questions to help us clarify our purpose. The one we've already talked about is, what are you passionate about? Hone in on this. Really find out, what are you passionate about? And then if you're not really passionate about anything, how can you learn more about something in order to become passionate? What are your skills? What are you good at? What do other people say you're good at? And really get good so that you can really get great at those skills. This gives you credibility. Our next discussion is going to be around this question. What makes you feel noble? But for now, the challenge question is this. Go back. On a scale of 1 to 10, how clear are you on your skills, on your talents? And then what talents and skills do you need to learn more? Go all the way back to when we talked about continually gaining knowledge and information under the topic of tenacity. What do you need to be tenacious to learn more about so that you can develop those skills and become more credible in that area? Because those are tools. Those are tools that we can use to reach toward our purpose in life and our specific individual purpose. Continue on to the journey of becoming extraordinarily successful.